Hit me, Poppy, one more time. Good morning, long faces and saving graces. This morning, I forgot how to tie my shoe. Just for a minute, then I remembered. Today is day 2 of the Global Leadership Summit. Let's get it hot. Okay, so I was gonna say let's get it hot, then I was gonna say let's get it poppin', then I was gonna say, I don't remember. Okay, the summit is over and Buckets is here!
We missed you, Pop.
I love you. All right, but in all seriousness, the summit was great. Willow Creek Association, fantastic job to all the speakers, just awesome. I highly recommend just Googling Global Leadership Summit and checking it out. It's an incredible event. You can also download and buy all the talks, and it's really, really great. They're doing some amazing stuff.
And that's our church!
Yeah. Now it is time to do something you have all been waiting for.
I wonder if you could hear it. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Storytime with Sweet Bear. I happen to be Sweet Bear.
And I'm John.
This is my special guest. He's my special guest every week.
Yeah, we gotta get some variety on this show.
Actually, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. So, picture this. We are in college in Pittsburgh, and we decide we're gonna make brownies. And they were regular brownies. Get your mind out of the gutter. we made brownies, which is interesting because I don't like brownies very much.
Yeah, you really don't.
Like I don't really like them very much. Sometimes I do. It's gotta be the right brownie. And I like our brownie sundae from Lucky Monk.
Did this turn into a brownie?
We made brownies. And
brownie breakdown?
We actually got in a brownie batter fight. It started with a little bit of, a little bit of playing of the batter. And it actually turned into we had a full-blown brownie batter fight. Brownie batter fight. That's like saying brownie batter blizzard.
And like I said, it was totally spontaneous. It wasn't planned. It wasn't like, let's have a fight.
But I will say.
Or like, let's take pictures of this. It'll be cute.
No, well, because at that point, Instagram had just started when I was in college.
Yeah.
So at that point, you weren't doing things for the Instagram.
Do it for the gram. Do it for the gram. Gram.
But I will say that when I was younger, I used to have cake batter fights with my cousin, Brittany, a lot.
I thought I was the original.
No. You weren't the OG? He is.
The only god. This is a special addendum to the end of Storytime with Sweet Bear.
Well, we got a question about physical intimacy in our relationship on the left.
Prior to getting married.
Prior to getting married. So I thought we'd talk about it a little bit. I mean, you guys, as in all things, we are not pastors, we are not theologians, but we can tell you about our experiences.
Take this as us telling you about our experience, not advice for what you should do 100% of the time in your own life. So I want to read the question. I'm just curious, did you guys kiss when you weren't married? How intimate were you? I'm really sorry if this question is a bit too personal. So the first answer to that question is yes, it is too personal. And we are not going to go into the mushy details of anything we did or did not do physically in our relationship before we were married. So if that's what you were looking for when you clicked on this video, watch another video. Another thing I want to say on this topic is that if this is something where you are looking for somewhere in the Bible for it to say it's okay to kiss before you're married, or it's not okay to kiss before you're married, or to get a list of things, physical things that are permitted before marriage and physical things that are not permitted before marriage, you're not going to find it. You're just not going to find it. I think you will find wisdom that and truth that will help you to discern what is the right thing to do in your life. But I think, as with a lot of things, when it comes to your physical body and how you use that physical body in the context of a dating relationship, that is a place where you have to use wisdom more than you have to look for a black and white this or this or this or that.
Mm-hmm. So yes, we did kiss before we were married. That's a choice that we had made, that we were going to kiss. We also made the choice that we were going to wait to have sex until we got married, and we did.
Mm-hmm.
I really believe that is, personally, I believe that's the best way to live your life, is to save yourself for marriage and to do that act that God created for marriage in the covenant of marriage. And that's my personal opinion. I think not only should we obey it because I believe that's what God wants from us, but I really truly believe that is the best way to live your life. I've seen so many friends, so many relationships that get so messy because they're doing things that are meant for marriage in a relationship that isn't marriage. And it causes issues and it causes problems. And I'm not judging anybody that does that. I completely, I have tons of close friends that have had sex before marriage. I'm not judging them. I just think that for my own personal choice and what I believe, I do think it is the best way to live.
Yeah, and if you think about it, what you do, and this is not to, I'm not going to show you a diagram, but what you do when you have sex with someone is you physically join yourselves and you make yourselves one. And something that I believe and something I believe the Bible teaches is that, until you are ready to make yourselves one in all areas, you're not ready to make yourselves one physically.
Mm-hmm. And also, if you are a person that has maybe already had sex and you aren't married, I don't want you to feel, because we're saying this, that oh, it's over for me.
No, that's true, because for me, I struggled a lot in previous dating relationships before we were dating with being too physical too early. And I carried a lot of that weight, I carried a lot of that shame into our relationship, and I saw how that shame and that sin affected our relationship. And I know there's probably someone watching who has felt that too. You have slipped up in the past, in a past relationship, and you are wondering, is there a second chance for me, or whatever it might be. And the answer is, yes, there is redemption, there is new life. I always say, air is the greatest physical example of what the grace of Jesus looks like for me in my life, because just as I believe God has forgiven me for those things, I've watched as she has forgiven me for those things, and we have healed those things, and we have discovered our own physical life together that is totally different and totally new and totally amazing and totally exciting.
Yeah, and we're we're not perfect.
No, certainly not. Is it something we struggled with while we were dating? Yes,
yeah,
at times.
I think every couple struggles with it. At times,
yeah, we certainly struggle with it, and other times it wasn't really, top of mind.
I'm just laughing because I know we're going to get some fun comments on this one.
Yeah, right?
So we just wanted to touch on that because I know that's sort of a tough question, and that's a really tough thing, especially in our culture and our society, that a lot of people, one, don't understand and are maybe scared to talk about or whatever, but
as always, we don't want to skirt the difficult or scary or controversial issues.
So, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this Storytime with Sweet Bear. I think maybe next week on Storytime with Sweet Bear we should do some questions. Yeah, so if you have a question,
comment down below
with what you'd like to hear on the next time with Storytime with Sweet Bear. Sweet Bear here. Oh, Sweet Bear. Oh.
What?
Sweet Bear here, signing out. Oh!
I may end the vlog here. Keep being awesome.